Alright, hello again. Well, we'll just continue on. Let's just keep going.
You're here to slay her.
Oh god.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yes. Or so I've heard. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
But you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay. Sweet. I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning. Before you go, she will lie.
Yes,
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save.
Proceed to the cabin. Again, we're just going for it. We've seen all of that before. All the dialogue we've seen.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's, yeah, I don't even know. I literally don't know what I should do. There's so many options later on down the line, but like, I don't know. Maybe I'll enter the basement without the knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, her voice soft.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
My god. Oh no. See, this... I think I'm gonna lie. Because I haven't done that before. I'm gonna lie and say, I'm here to save you. Because I think she knows if you're lying. But we'll see.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble.
Come downstairs.
No, whoops.
I want to see the face of my rescuer.
The gamble. But it might work. See, the thing, though, is I don't know if she can tell that I'm lying here, so she might also be playing along to get my guard down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Sure, hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Okay. Could keep her locked down here. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. Getting you out of here. Don't make me regret this. See, that even just doing these options might lead to different outcomes for her. If you just completely go with the idea that she's not, like, you know, a psychotic murderer bent on destroying the world, and you just decide to save her, she acts accordingly, and she becomes like the damsel, you know, from before. But like, it might be slightly different if you choose these other options, you know what I mean? Like, if you're immediately like, I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this, I'm getting you out of here, I'm getting you out of here, you know, that means that you fully believe that she's not a killer. She's not. You fully believe that she's safe and that she's not gonna do anything, intentionally at least, to end the world or to kill you or anything like that. But if you say, okay, I'm going to get you out of here, don't make me regret this, I don't know, that might do something here. That might do a little. It might be a little different, you know? It might lead to something slightly different. Let's see here. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I agree with the princess.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen this.
hardly relevant.
I've seen this too.
Okay, but actually, what
It's
has she
true.
been eating? She has to eat, right?
It's true. I mean, it doesn't really matter. She doesn't have to. Not really, but at this point, he doesn't know that. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Okay. I don't know, what if I just say this? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Nope, see, there it is. He's doing that on purpose. Now we know he's the one planting that idea. That's how she escaped the first time. I was always confused about that. That is the first thing that I did. I left her down here and I went upstairs. And I was like, okay, how did she find a way out? That I was confused about that because I didn't know about all of the, you know, the story. But yeah, she found a way out, and she was like coming up the stairs to burst through the door and kill you anyway. But I always wondered, like, wait a second, how did she get out then? If she's locked up down here, how did she get out? It was the narrator. He literally implanted that idea in your head. Like, oh, leaving her here alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. That basically made it true. Like, if you leave and you start to think, oh, she's not gonna get out, right? I mean, you know, like, and that makes the characters here, the main character and the voice of the hero and whatever, they'll think that it is possible for her to get out, and then, you know, she gets out.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
So that is very interesting now to hear that.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't,
Oh my
I
god.
can promise that you'll regret that decision.
See, and that prompts her to act this way now.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay, let's get you out of these chains.
You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try
You
the
try
door.
the door. Your shouts and pleas. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Return to
You
the
make
down-
your way to the
sorry,
bottom of the
to
stairs.
basement.
This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Okay, so now we're just going through.
She barely hesitates
Oh, God.
before raising
I
her
hate
arm
that
to her
so
mouth,
much.
her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay, so far we've gotten to this point before. So, and I decided to save the princess last time. So this time, let's slay the princess. But, yeah, I don't know. I might want to like do it right at the last second, but whatever. We'll just see what happens here. Slay the
Without
princess.
hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally, the wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay
Though
the
your
princess.
nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Finish the job. Or, I don't know, maybe you'll just try to run for the stairs and lock her in. Maybe she'll bleed out.
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement
This might
door.
just lead to the other
It isn't long
thing.
before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold you very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
I think,
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
bang on the door all you want. It'll only make you bleed out faster. Oh, did her voice not come in?
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin.
Yeah, see?
The ruckus has stopped. I'm sorry, but everything goes dark. And
Yeah.
you're on a path in the woods.
So yeah, I've seen that one. So let me go back, actually. I'm gonna load my save file. Slay the princess.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you
Skip it up. Okay, I'm going to finish the job.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Witch. Oh, no.
You're
Oh,
on a
no.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to slay her. If you don't...
Wait, hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Voice of the opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Alright. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least if you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where... Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how, had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin,
Almost
and
everyone.
save the world.
Let's talk
be
about
quick
this
about it.
princess. She killed me by ripping me to pieces. Don't get me wrong, I hated it. But how can someone like that end the world? To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she able to rip me apart with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Who locked her in that basement? And what is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Alright, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before you go, she will lie. She will... Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Alright. Let's see what happens here.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror
That's
on the
because
wall.
there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror, but he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
I trust my eyes. Why would he lie about there not being a mirror? What's the point?
Come on now. He's pretty much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything? If there were a mirror in this cabin and we were supposed to look at it, he would have told us about it. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Approach the mirror. Oh wait, hang on. This whole cabin is different from last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous So focus up. A lot's riding.
Okay, that was just the same every time. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
Alright, let's see if I can just talk her down this time. Instead of trying to just kill her over and over again, maybe we can try and make peace, even though we betrayed her completely last time.
Right. Leaving it behind didn't work out so well for us last time. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Oh no.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
What? She's more like a beast now from before. Why is she called the witch though? Whatever. God. We got the worst. We got the worst possible route. We turned her into a furry, guys. We did it. We finally got here. Oh no.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
Oh no.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Get the sense that you're not happy with me. I'm unarmed. That's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk it out? Look, I'm sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Oh my god.
Oh, if you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Okay. Look, I know. Things got messy last time. But I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I didn't bring my blade down, remember? How am I supposed to get you out of these chains? What do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? I think I'll go with this one. I didn't bring my blade down, remember? How am I supposed to get you out of those chains?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Oh no. Oh no.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Okay, let's leave. Like, what? Let's... I'll save it. Go to page 5 here. We both died last time. Can't bygones be bygones?
You were the one who stabbed me in the back when I was still in chains. A dirty little thing like you doesn't get to decide when all is fair.
True. Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
I think she's gonna kill me, though.
She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Uh-oh. Alright, let me save it again. I just want to see... What happens if you say you first?
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
Just go first.
You're the one who said you can't leave here without me, which means I hold all the cards. Either you go first or we stay here. Up to you. I'll just go.
That's right, you're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
See, what you could do is walk up the stairs backwards. That's the way to do it. I would walk up the stairs backwards, keeping my eyes directly on her. It's like, alright, don't do anything.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think
oh my god, look at
that's
that.
The smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
That's exactly what I said. Maybe I'm the opportunist here.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done if you considered not being like that. Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Could have gotten out of here if you just trusted each other. Like, what the hell was that for? I was trying to help you get out of here.
Maybe you were, and maybe you weren't. But even more than I wanted my freedom, I really, really wanted to hurt you. And you know as well as I that by our very natures, only one of us could make it up those stairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. World could be saved after all.
This is the worst stalemate ever.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Well, alright then. But you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. What?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. You've been here before, and you always get
But it
scared.
feels so bad. Like, looking into it right now is going to be if he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Finally, we're going places.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Hang on, is there like... Is the sound too loud here? Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh god. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a
mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Okay. Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you...
No. Does it make you resent me? If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or another on the matter. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me, and I hate it. I think I hate you. Or remain silent. So last time I got this prompt here, I chose, if anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. I think I'll go with this other one. No, not really. It all seems so distant. As soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
Okay. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is hope marred by bitterness and betrayal. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous heart.
Jeez.
Do not mourn her.
Uh-oh.
She
What's
is
going on?
finally on the other side.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. If the sound is messing up, or if that's just my headphone messing up or something, because there's sound cutting out. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's just sometimes the sound was cutting out. I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening.
And yet I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none.
Okay. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Let's see, have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Okay. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
Alright, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a
Every time.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep these episodes like this now, where I'm just gonna do that and then go to the next episode. I'm gonna stop recording and then just do it again. Just get all these out there, you know? And, yeah, very interesting stuff going on here. So we basically, the reason I believe she became, like, you know, an animal is because it's mostly like a situation where she's like cornered and being treated metaphorically as an animal in that way. I don't know why she was called the witch though, but I don't know. Her being betrayed like that led her to being like that, like a wounded animal trying to trust you, but then at the end she doesn't anyway. Like, she still attacks you even though you're literally like getting out. Like, you're on your way out of the cabin and she attacks you anyway. Again, like a wounded animal that is hard to trust again, you know, and they'll just attack you. It's in her nature. That was the achievement name there that we got. So, that's why she looked like that, I think. I believe. So it's, you know, an interesting way to do it.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright. So we'll end the episode here, and that'll be good. That'll be it for now. Until the next time. We're gonna get closer and closer to the end here, so we'll get there. Goodbye for now.